Okay. Hello, hello. Can you hear me, everybody? Welcome to what is the grand finals of Proving Grounds #1 for the Legion Adamentem StarLeague. It's on a 2-minute delay today to prevent stream cheating. It's going to be a best of 7 finals with TaggedOnce, the upper bracket winner, going into this upper map. And as I see some of you in the chat are already here, please use the Matcherino codes. Proving Grounds is the code on the Matcherino site. Add a free 25 cents to the prize pool. All you have to do is just sign in with any of your existing accounts, hit that contribute button, and paste that code in there. So, I think we are live. And I'm already in the lobby with the players. I'm just making sure that the stream is all set up and good to go. Okay, let's switch over to the game view. And, I think we're good to go, so I'm going to let them know that we can get started. And I'm going to let them know that we can get started, and hopefully we'll have some good gaming action here. So, a bit of info about this tournament. This is already the finals. You can use the bracket command to see how these two players got to the finals exactly. But this is a 3,800 MMR and under, with a little bit of wiggle room based on, you know, how your MMR moves around during the season. 3,800 MMR and under competition run by LGN. So you can see their little logo here. And the main twist, the main thing about this competition is that you are allowed to have live coaching during the games. You can be in a voice call and stream your point of view to a coach who can give you pointers. And the idea is to foster the development of up-and-coming players through the crucible of esports and some live coaching. Okay, as I say with all of my streams, please do let me know if anything is off about the sound or the video or any of the quality, anything like that. I try to have the quality of the stream as best as I can possibly do it, but I may miss a couple of things, so please do let me know about that. I am on a 2-minute delay, so it's kind of occasionally it will take 2 minutes for me to fix some things if I do notice them. But yeah, as more and more people are coming in here, please make sure to use the Matcherino codes. And as you may know from the previous broadcasts on this channel, we are part of Easy Dunk here. And it is our player AlexKidd who's going to be the yellow Terran player. That's a part of Easy Dunk, a member of Easy Dunk as well. It's going to be TaggedOnce on the other side, who is a Zerg playing for Platinum Heroes. So it's that the classic Easy Dunk versus Platinum Heroes matchup. A lot of bananas and monkeys being spammed. And Mars 1144114, thanks for the follow. This is Nice. Nice emotes spam in the chat here from Druid, and Josh is there as well. Okay, and there's the countdown, so we're going to be hopping into the game. Let's go! Okay, hold on, let me set up the prediction for you guys. Oh, Nickman1, thanks for the follow. How's it going? And I think this is gonna be a prediction for the entire thing. So I'm gonna have it be a nice long 5-minute, I think, submission period, so you guys can get your predictions in. Okay, hopefully all of that is going to work properly. And here we are. So TaggedOnce, being the upper bracket winner, is going to start up a map. But here we are on Lightshade, and in the bottom right corner, the pink Zerg player for Platinum Heroes. It's TaggedOnce. And the Yellow Menace, the Terran player for Easy Dunk. It's our very own AlexKidd. The Dunk James watching over our brave Terran soul as always. It's the underdog coming into this matchup from the lower bracket. Going through the other Terran players, Nickman and Druid. Okay, let's get this final underway. Okay, looking like a very normal opening for both sides here. Gonna be Reaper Expand for AlexKidd and the always standard hatch gas pool for the Zerg player here. Now, TaggedOnce I have played before many times in tournaments, in the finals of tournaments actually. We've met twice in the finals of a Platinum tournament, once in the finals of a Diamond tournament, and a couple of other various series throughout the days. He got the best of me the first few times we played, and lately, in more recent times, I've been managing to take the matches against him. Okay, Reaper going across the map. Now, interesting, TaggedOnce throwing down a pretty quick third base in the forward location here. The Reaper's gonna go and scout right into the main, actually, not really gonna go for the that Ling Dance in the natural. Is going to go for the main. Alright, Queen is going to be popping out soon. Does confirm the location of that third very early on, so we won't be thrown off by that. Now, generally speaking, I wonder if this means that TaggedOnce is going to try and do some type of perhaps roach push or something, some kind of specific build based around the location of this third base. Generally speaking, it's this third base that the Zerg will take. They tend to go for a linear expansion just because it's further away from the push location of the Terran, while the Terran generally takes the forward expansion, the triangle third, since they tend to be the slightly more aggressive players in this matchup, in particular in TVZ. However, the interesting thing about this third base location for the Zerg is that if TaggedOnce is so inclined, he can get the creep going right through the middle very quickly because of the creep boost from having the hatchery right there. Okay, actually going for an Overlord speed upgrade after getting link speed, I believe. Okay, he hasn't really thrown down a Roach Warren or anything yet. Looks like AlexKidd is going for Cloak Banshee. Very interesting. It is going to be scouted by TaggedOnce very quickly, however, as that Overlord flies right over it. Can see the tech lab going. Okay, Hellions getting that creep tumor there at the third. Nice little pick off, but the Queens are in location, so they can't really get too much in terms of economic damage. Some nice creep already going up to the what I'm sure will be eventually the fourth base here for the Zerg player. Okay, third base coming down. 3 Rex coming down for for AlexKidd. Yeah, Baneling Nest and Spores, Evo Chambers. Ooh, am I missing something here? Actually, I think I may have. Yeah, he lost 2 Reapers and a Hellion. 2 Hellions and a Reaper, sorry. What did he get for a return? He just got a creep tumor? Oh dear, that's kind of... Yeah, it's a couple of damaged drones. And Tagged is already going to be taking a 4th very, very quickly. He hasn't even really gone up to Lair yet. Let's see, he's getting +1 melee. Making drones. It looks like Tagged is not very... With his Overlord speed opener, he feels very confident in the scouting. He's not too worried about a push coming out of AlexKidd anytime soon. He's going to go for what I think is a little bit of a greedy 4th base, but the creep spread is good. Drone count is going up very quickly. So perhaps it's up to AlexKidd here to try and punish him for that. Now Roy SC2, thanks for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Alex does have a pretty good worker count as well, but he hasn't taken that 3rd yet. It really kind of should be on location and mining by now. 1-1 upgrades along the way as well. Tagged is really macroing up super hard right now. Is that what happened? Okay, this is a Banshee there. I got 1 kill. It's a little bit hard to notice. I'm just like missing everything right now. Don't worry, guys. The observing gets better as this goes on. I hope. It better. That's a very oversaturated natural. Okay, Banshee coming home. Couple of lings there. I wonder if he saw the lings. It's just 4 lings, not really that scary. And another few lings are going to run right into this army here. The TaggedOnce definitely sees the move out, but I mean, look at how the creep spread is almost already halfway across the map. It's really only lacking kind of in the middle, but... Yeah, but everything is just kind of sequential and a creep, not really getting the maximum range out of his tumors here. Alright, AlexKidd actually kept 4 of these Hellions alive, and I think... I'm not entirely sure if he has an armory, but... Ooh, that's a big Baneling connection on the last 2 Banelings there. That would have been a pretty good trade for AlexKidd if he maybe target fired with the tanks a little bit faster than that. Okay, he's gotta be careful. Let's see how the splits are. That Bane is gonna be huge. Okay, actually not too bad. A little bit of split here, but everything else got cleaned up in the front, and there's no more Marines left, just 1 tank. And it looks like the Queens are going to be able to shoo this away, so... in the meantime, 11 workers went down, I think, in the natural. I think think there may have been a Ling, perhaps a Bane run by how low some of these SCVs are. Yeah, I think he may have rolled a couple of Banes into that mineral line. However, after all that, AlexKidd is up about 15 supply. I see. So it looks like Tagged is going to be going for a Baneling drops. That's what he was sending those Lings over for there earlier. Okay, fourth base on the way. 2-2. I do know that TaggedOnce does like to play with Hydras and Lurkers, but he doesn't seem like he's gone up to that tech so far this game. We'll see if the Lurkers make an appearance later. Actually, AlexKidd is up Lurkers somehow. He didn't kill any, right? There's only one drone that's gone down this game, but it's kind of interesting that Tagged is only on 67 drones playing what appears to be a mass Ling Bane style. I mean, he does have very good creep spread and he's kind of mass expanding all over the place. But generally speaking, it's a good Bane drop in the main. Ooh, those are some very low SCVs. Manages to get 6 workers there. Oh, 10. And another Bane drop into natural. So Tagged has been doing a lot of economic damage this game to AlexKidd. It's going to be a big run now into third base. The tank is sieged up. There's a few Marauders and some Marines there. A huge explosion. 35 workers going down as the Banes connect on that third base mineral line. But a lot of them have been taken out now. And AlexKidd catching a lot of these creep queens over here. Okay, that's actually a pretty huge hit to the economy. A fourth base gets seen immediately by TaggedOnce. A little double drop here, not really doing too much for AlexKidd at the moment. So, workers are going to be having a hard time taking down what I believe are these 2-2 Lings. As the Marines finally get there, but it's after 5 workers have already gone down. Now look at that, I mean the creep spread is absolutely insane. And AlexKidd does have an army lead. And I think, I want to say that after that big attack on the third by TaggedOnce could have been a signal for AlexKidd to try and move out and do a push, but that's a lot of Banelings, and that fourth base is going to get deleted. You have 12 more workers going down, as well as the fourth. And now Tagged is up to 91 drones, as I was mentioning earlier. His drone count was a little bit lacking for the style he was going, but now he's gone up to 91, which is a much healthier drone count for this kind of mass Ling Bane style. I think generally the ultra late game of this, you probably want to go into ultras. Maybe eventually Broodlords, but yeah, he's going into the ultras right there. He started 2 up. Another Baneling drop just queued up over there, and AlexKidd is really just kind of trying to turtle as best as he can. Big Ling flood with Banes going into natural. The wall is open, the depot ramp, or the depot wall not raised in time. And the natural is also going to go down. The drop's going into third base, and another 30 workers going down. So the multitasking harassment here by TaggedOnce has kind of has AlexKidd kind of scrambling all over the place, not really able to get a footing here. Let's see, 90 SCVs have gone down this game so far for AlexKidd. And he's still up in army supply, but I mean, if you look at the worker count, 96 to 22, it's quite depressing. And it looks like Tagged is even going to be going up to 99 workers. Oh, the Ultras and the Lings get right onto that army. It was kind of on a move command there. Bane's crashing into everything, and I think this is going to get cleaned up by the Lings and the Ultras, and GG is going to be called from AlexKidd. So TaggedOnce taking that game on Lightshade. Okay, we're going to be hopping into the next game here shortly. Thanks for the follow, Volnox, as well. 3 minutes ago. Hold on, I think we're having a little bit of a miscommunication here as to the length of this final. There's no info in there, hold on. Okay, it looks like we're going to be going into Blackburn as the next map. Just another reminder, as I see more and more people coming into the stream, please do use the Matcherino codes. Matcherino code is Proving Grounds, all one word, to add a free 25 cents to the prize pool. Yeah, use the command in chat that's there for you conveniently. Just go to that link, sign in with any of your accounts, Battle.net, Google, any of those. Just hit contribute in the top right. Go ahead and copy and paste that code in there. Get our players some prize money totally for free, huh? Okay, next map is going to be Blackburn. I think we're having a little bit of confusion as to the length of the finals. I thought it was a best of 7 with TaggedOnce starting up a map. Tagged has mentioned that it might be a best of 5. I'm not entirely sure. They have contacted the admins. I would just say best of 5. Alright. I guess it's a best of 5. So I guess we're on game point here for TaggedOnce. Well, okay. Anyway, for Platinum Heroes, the Pink Zerg player looking to close it out apparently on Blackburn. It's the Pause. It's Pause Champ. Okay, just having some technical difficulties here for AlexKidd. Apparently Josh SC2 is having some trouble watching the Discord stream.
Game resumed.
Okay, and it's TaggedOnce! Right in the middle of my intro there. I'm gonna spawn on the right side of this map. And for easy dunk, the yellow Terran player looking to keep his tournament hope alive here. It's AlexKidd. I don't know, what is this drone doing? Interesting. I think he's scouting for a proxy. Doesn't look like it's going to be any type of proxy hatch. It's just going to be a drone scout. Okay, looking like very similar openings to the first game here. Pretty macro. Nothing too suspicious just yet from either player. Yeah, Blackburn is the map in this pool with the craziest layout. It's a bit similar to Golden Wall in the way that of where the spawns are and the fact that there's a gold base. It's not similar to Golden Wall in the fact that it's not sort of cut into two halves, where the bottom part was, of course, separated by the mineral wall in that previous map, if some of you guys may remember from about, I want to say 3 map pools back now, Golden Wall was. Of course, the thing with this map is that the air rush distance is relatively short. There are these inhibitor zones here, but of course, you can't actually just fly right around them if you were so inclined. Okay, Reaper once again gonna go for a pretty early scout in the main. Is gonna be able to get out from this jump spot over here this way. Alright, TaggedOnce not going for the gold base, is gonna actually just take the linear third this time. But is going for Overlord speed once again. Going for link speed into Overlord speed. So looking to be very safe with the scouting this series, it appears. Alright, looks like Alex is gonna send the Reaper back in to get that confirmation scout at about 3:30. Just to make sure there's no cheeky roach warrens or baneling nests. It's just gonna be going for... oh! Cancels that depot. I think he might have misplaced it. And it's gonna be going for the good old Hellion Lib. Actually hasn't made a tech lab on the barracks, generally speaking. Actually, Stim should have started by now. I wonder if he's doing something a little bit different here. He does get the third base down on time. Yeah, those are some fast overlords. Okay, so it just looks like he made an extra 2 Marines out of the barracks before putting the tech lab down. And goes into Viking after, interesting. Viking, of course, is useful for denying the Overlord vision. Gonna send the Lib up towards the top. And TaggedOnce did see it with this Overlord here, I believe. Oh, the Hellions haven't gone out onto the map yet. Generally, the strong point of the early game of Hellion Lib is that you can do a multi-prong attack with these Hellions here and the Liberator. You can sort of siege up the Liberator here or try to run the Hellions into the natural or the main and go for drones. Okay, Viking is going to get that Overlord even with the speed because of the inhibitor zone. Getting 4, 5, 6 workers with the Lib, 7 and 8. Very nice. Alright, the S'more Crawler redirects, the Lib gets out with about half health. And once again, TaggedOnce going for a pretty quick 4th base. So I wonder, and he's getting the +1 melee, I wonder if he's going to try and do the exact same style here with the Mastling Bane. Scan coming down here, Alex is going to get, ooh, oh no, go back for the, no, the Hellions! That was a free creep tumor. So, kind of a slight waste of a scan there. Could have at least tried to get a couple more tumors. Okay, Lib, and if you have the APM for it, you can be a little bit annoying with the Lib here. For instance, if the Spore moves here, you can siege it up here. If the Spore moves there, you can go like down here and siege it up there. Just kind of keep them occupied, you know. But of course it is generally more important to macro correctly. Make sure that you're keeping your money low. Okay, now Tagged is going for the gold base. AlexKidd, once again, I want to say floating his third over a little bit later than possible. Don't want to comment on later if it's later than it should be, but I do know it's a little bit later than the fastest you could do it. And once again, very good creep spread here by TaggedOnce, really focusing on that as well as on tearing down all the rocks in the middle of the map here. I do know that this is AlexKidd's, I believe, third final in this particular tournament. The first one is as Proving Grounds. It used to be called the Wu-Tang Cup before this, I believe. And, he was in the final of the previous one, which is also a TVZ. Unfortunately, AlexKidd was also defeated in this one as well. And it looks like actually AlexKidd is going to be going into mech here, as he threw down a bunch more factories and is making... Oh, here come the Baneling drops again. I wonder if AlexKidd is going to notice. His army is right there. Oh no, he doesn't notice. 13 workers just like that going down to the Baneling drop again. This has been really tough for him to deal with, it seems. Okay, so once again, even with 13 workers going down... Oh! Hello, what was that? Hold on, did he just... I guess did he just manually detonate all of his Banes by accident? Not quite get the surround on the Hellions there with the Lings. A little bit of good micro there by Alex to pull back. Not get surrounded, however, I think Tagged is maybe going to try and go for an attack on the third here. Tank's a little bit further away. Oh, they're going up over there. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, Banes don't get too much done. 3 workers go down. There's some Hellions going after Queens in the middle of the map. I think he's probably going to try and queue up another Baneling drop there with those units. I don't think Alex sees those over there.
Our SCVs are under attack.
He's had to lift his 4th base as Lings are kind of going through here. The Hellbats are still fighting the Queens in the middle of the map. He's trying to clear some creep. So once again, Tagged is up to 102 drones now, but has almost no army. Look at the army supply. AlexKidd is almost up by 60 army supply, more like 50 now. I think he might be able to go for a push now, especially with the mech army, and it looks like Tagged is mostly just making Ling Bane still. And really, that's pretty much mostly all he can make, since he's just now going up to hive tech, throwing down more micro hatches. There's another Baneling drop being queued up. I hope AlexKidd sees this one, since the barracks was right there. With some workers going down and some nice Hellion harassment there on the other side, but that does mean that he's kind of distracted for the Baneling drop back at home. So both sides losing about an even amount of workers. However, of course, TaggedOnce is greatly ahead in that regard. Okay, not going to get too much since the Blings do get the surround very quickly. Alien's just going to get surrounded there. We're not going to be able to take down that hatchery, not in a million years. Alright, now Alex, I think, is going to be going for the push out. He's only got 1 Thor in here. Now, Thors with upgrades actually do trade decently against Lings. I am kind of surprised that Tagged... Okay, now Tagged is making Swarm Hosts now. He's got quite a few of them out as well. I thought that he was just going to try and stay on the Ling Bane comp. Perhaps not realizing that AlexKidd was playing mech, but it does seem like he caught wind of it now. And this Locust went down pretty quickly. Looks like 21 more workers went down, I think, in the 4th and the 3rd base. So here we go, once again, 48 SCVs already have gone down again here in this game for AlexKidd. Looks like Tagged is doing a very good job of harassing and disrupting the economy of AlexKidd here. But does he have enough to deal with this? The swarm hosts are move commanded through the tanks, and all of them are going to get taken down. And just like that, GG is called by Tagged, as that mech army is just too unstoppable. So that map there goes to okay, and as for the length, as for the length of the series, it is a best of 7. We just got confirmation from the admin, so that was not actually a game point for TaggedOnce. And it's going to be Giganotha next, and I believe the loser of the previous game picks the next map. There are no vetoes in this one. So yeah, it is going to be a best of 7, not a best of 5. I had it right the first time around. Okay, so map number 3 in what is pretty much game number 4, since TaggedOnce started up a point. Okay. It's best of 7. TaggedOnce has 2, and AlexKidd won that last game 2-1. Here we go. Game 4. I'm just going to call it Game 4, even though technically speaking it is Game 3. But at least that way we'll be consistent with the numbers on the scoreboard. And so let's do the intros again. I think the first 2 times we did TaggedOnce first. Let's do AlexKidd first. So for Easy Dunk, the yellow Terran player, it's AlexKidd. I don't know how to do that at the same time. Anyway, let's see if he's gonna pull out mech again this game. TaggedOnce seemed to have been kind of caught off there by the mech. And that's who it is for Platinum Heroes, the pink Zerg player. It's TaggedOnce, who does need 2 more wins here to close out this series, while AlexKidd needs 3. And as I was mentioning earlier, it does seem like TaggedOnce was kind of caught off guard that AlexKidd was playing mech that game. Did have some swarm hosts out, but not nearly enough and not nearly in time, since the push was already at his doorstep. I will say that the 100 drone mass Lingbane style does not do well against mech, because mech just trades so efficiently with the Hellbat tank Thor. You really do want kind of a Roach Ravager, Swarm Host type comp against mech, ideally into kind of Broodlords, Vipers, that sort of thing. So Giganotha, this one is the biggest map in the pool, and big maps tend to favor Zerg a little bit. I do believe that's why TaggedOnce chose this, since it is the person who lost the previous game getting map pick, as opposed to the Ooh, that's not good. That actually, the factory is going to block the add-on. He needed to build that 1 hex back if he's going to put that in the wall. That actually is really annoying to deal with as Terran. Maybe he's not going to have an add-on here because Factory is going to finish well before the add-on could finish. Okay, Reaper coming across the map now. Sees the third base, not really going to try and get too much more. Pretty aggressive creep tumor location placement here by TaggedOnce. Occasionally, if they get really aggressive with it, you can try and snipe that first tumor. First tumor is kind of the most important one. If you do get it, delays the creep by quite a bit. Okay, oh, it looks like it's a 3cc build actually by AlexKidd. Very interesting. Three cc generally means that you do get a very good economy and can work up to a very strong mid-game 1-1 bio push. However, of course, you can also play mech or any other style you want off of it. It just delays your tech a little bit, delays upgrades a little bit, but it makes up for it in economy. Oh, cancel this. Okay, I think he might be going for Banshees again. Yeah, that is a Speed Overlord, I believe. He's going for Banshee. Doesn't start Cloak up yet. Has the money now to start it. I think he's just not going to be going for Cloak this game. Okay, Baneling Nest coming up. Not really kind of an aggressive Baneling Nest. Tagged is still droning, so I don't think it's going to be any kind of aggression here. Wizard saying in the chat that the 100 drone against mech is good. But you need the mutas, yeah. I think with mutas it's a lot better. If you're going for a pure ground composition, then the Hellbat tank Thor just kind of trades really well against the Zerg ground units. With mutas, however, I think you can start to abuse the mobility advantage a lot harder. So that is right, and in that situation, the style that TaggedOnce was going for on that Blackburn game would have been perfectly fine, but he was not going for mutas. Okay, that's a lot of Hellions again, going for, I want to say that's 8, 2, 4, 6, 9 Hellions. Interesting, and still making Hellions. I think oh yeah, he put down extra factory, so it's going for mech again. 3 CCs into mech. That's a lot of Hellions. There's not really a whole lot of links here, actually. You can just go right for the drones here. Actually, just take out all the links and go for the drones. And Spire coming up this game for tagged. So I think perhaps we are going to see what Wizard was mentioning in the chat here is the Muta style. Getting 22, 23 drones. It's a lot of work. 26 drones going down. Man, that was an absolute cleanup. Look, he lost 9 Hellions and a Reaper, but he got 26 drones and 7 Lings. So that puts AlexKidd up by 10 workers. Now, Tagged has been doing a very good job of droning in this series. And taking that very early 4th base. So look at that, he's already, even losing 26, he's already kind of almost even it up a little bit. That wall is not quite done yet, so AlexKidd needs to be a little bit careful about that. Attack trying to go for a counterattack here, but that's a lot of Hellions there fighting into a choke point and a Banshee helping out. Very nice defense there, doesn't lose a single SCV. And, or any unit actually, just got some links for free. So in terms of the trading, if you look at the minerals, AlexKidd has been doing a much better job of being efficient in the early game, using the harassment units well, getting stuff done. I think some SCVs were going to maybe repair the Banshee. It has 4 kills. Okay, and TaggedOnce is once again just expanding all over the place. Now, interestingly, this game, I'm not that much of a fan of doing this. Just because he did lose so many drones, and if you look, like his 4th base has absolutely nothing mining on it yet, and he's already taking these 2 hatcheries. So he does have 70 workers, but I just feel like in this situation, when you lose that many drones, it's not game over by any means, but I think your priority should be a little bit more to really hit your injects and try and get that drone count back up before going for such a greedy amount of bases. Another 8 drones going down there in exchange for, I think that was something like 6 or 7 Hellions. So it's trading at a roughly 2-for-1 ratio of drones to Hellions. Which Hellions are relatively expendable, especially in the kind of... actually no, I'm not going to say that, because that's going to be wrong. I'll just say that Hellions aren't the most important unit. I'm not going to say that they are expendable. Okay, looks like a 4th base trying to come up here for AlexKidd. Who's once again massively up in army supply, doubling it. Look at that. A little bit more than doubling, 70 to 31 army supply. It's down in workers again, but it's kind of to be expected. And here come the Baneling drops again. I'll only get 6 SCVs this time. And I gotta say, comparing to the first 2 games, the defense here, especially worker-wise, economy-wise, the defense has been a lot cleaner for AlexKidd. And a lot sloppier for TaggedOnce, but once again, look at that creep spread. It's absolutely monstrous through the middle of the map already. However, the question is he going to be able to stop the mech push-out when it happens? Now, he did get the Spire, but hasn't made a single muta. He's up to 107 workers now? Just expanding. If I didn't know any better, I'd say TaggedOnce is maybe trolling a little bit this game with that worker count. I mean, look at his income and his bank, but he doesn't have any units. There's just a single Hellion here. Okay, so the drone count going down from... Oh, that's gonna be big! 10 workers just like that going down there. Good pullback by Tag right at the end. That could have been a lot more painful with those drones going back to mining like that. That Hellion was finally destroyed. Actually going into Roaches and Ravagers, but he's got 105 drones. I mean, the thing with this is he can't have a big army with this. And he hasn't really been going for the Roach upgrade. He's making another... I swear he made a Spire earlier. Did he cancel it? I saw a Spire in production earlier in the game, but he might have canceled it, or maybe he lost it? He's making a Spire now. Okay, and 9 Swarm Hosts and trying to go Roaches, but once again, I think it might be a little bit too little too late, because... Oh, that's actually a big surround by the Ravagers here. And I want to say that AlexKidd has more army somewhere, but I'm not... Okay, he's got actually a bunch of tanks and a Thor and some Hellions back there. Maybe would have been good to have that with the rest of the army. Now this is kind of interesting as to how AlexKidd is going to approach this, just because TaggedOnce is on so many bases and so many workers, and mobility is not the strong suit of mech, especially on a big map like this. So I wonder if he's going to be trying to play whack-a-mole with the bases and the creep, or if he's just going to go for the throat and try and take out the tech. I think sometimes it can be good if you actually just go right for the natural in the main base and try and kill the tech units. Those Locusts actually doing a lot of damage there. Hellbats do clean them up. Those Thors are very low though. And once again, AlexKidd catching the Swarm Hosts out a little bit, and once again, they're kind of getting move commanded right into the fire here. Alright, the Ravagers are a good call here, I think, by TaggedOnce. They're getting a lot of utility. and a lot of this mech here is pretty low now, so needs to be careful with that. That did take out what was, I think, the 4th base. It's kind of hard to tell with the rate that TaggedOnce has been expanding this series. Okay, I got a good tank line here. Some links coming in, but there's still plenty of Hellbats around here. However, the Thors are going to get taken out. The tanks in the back, however, are very much bunched up. That's going to be huge. Wow, actually only got one of them. I think he slightly misplaced the biles there. That could have been a huge bile bomb, maybe even taking out all 4 of those tanks. These tanks are just absolutely shredding the Ravagers here. Okay, TaggedOnce making more roaches and also making 2 more hatcheries. And some swarm hosts. I'm not sure if he remade some swarm hosts or if those are the ones that were there earlier. AlexKidd also now going for the expand on the bottom side of the map. Okay, took out that base again. Just gonna lose some tanks there. Those Ravagers are gonna get killed. Roaches in the front. Tanks are gonna get taken out. Let's get all 3 of them. I think AlexKidd needs to kind of consolidate a little bit. It's turning into quite the game here. Now, TaggedOnce does have a big mineral bank, but his gas income is a little bit starved here. Ooh, those swarm hosts are gonna die. Okay, he's got plenty of Hellbats in the front here to take out the Locusts. I think the swarm host count, he's got 5 of them, is not really that scary. Okay, it's interesting. He's gonna be going for a counterattack with a big army here of pretty much basically all Ravagers. He's gonna take out that 3rd base. 16, 17 workers going down. I don't think AlexKidd really has a whole lot back at home. He needs to raise that wall. Please raise the wall. No! It could at least delay it a little bit. He's got tanks and Thors at home. Now, interestingly, if he was to come around from this angle, which is what he's doing, he could totally surround this army. He needs to watch out. There's going to be a lot of SCVs going down there. Oh, God. 36 workers going down. Just look at the bank now for TaggedOnce. The economy is just totally insane here. Even though up until this point, AlexKidd was, I think, trading a lot better. Want to become famous? I'm already famous. Okay, hold on. I want to ban that guy, but I don't want to miss the game. If there's any mods in here of mine. I only have like 2 mods. I don't think either one of them are here right now. Could ban that whatever follow bot, but who cares? Oh, that's a big catch there on these Ravagers. TaggedOnce was trying to go for the surround, but I think he was kind of move commanding a little bit, perhaps maybe not expecting the Hellbats to be quite over there. I gotta say, like, relatively speaking, this mech army isn't as scary as the mech army of the previous game, but I think Alex does have a lot of trailing tanks and Hellions here. Those Ravagers are going to get shredded again, but look at how clumped up everything is. Oh no. Okay, so he's going to lose this base again. AlexKidd is on 56 workers, which I know that he can have mules and stuff, and that base is really oversaturated. There's nothing mining here. He does need to, I mean, if you look at the mineral income, it really shouldn't, the disparity shouldn't be quite that high. He needs to try and remake some workers and transfer some workers to his mining bases, which are mostly these 2 now, as well as this one. He's trying to win a fight here, but I'm not entirely sure that he can, even though he's... I was going to say he's trading well, but Alex is also losing a lot of tanks in return, and the bank of AlexKidd, his supply just does not go down. He immediately remakes everything. He's just... has such a big economy that he really can't afford to keep losing these units over and over and over. And yeah, especially with the biles like that, taking out multiple tanks every time. Looks like AlexKidd has still been trading slightly better, but it's starting to get harder and harder. And I mean, the supply is quite telling. It's getting very difficult for Alex to keep up with a permanently maxed out TaggedOnce here. Who's also not mining perfectly optimally, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, looks like AlexKidd managed to fix the saturation a little bit, however this base is kind of exposed here. Just so many vials from the Ravagers, however, okay, the Planetary does end up going down with the help from the Roaches. All the SCVs are attacking there, it's not good. I think this is going to be tough. The biles are just getting better and better here for TaggedOnce, and he just stays maxed out. Look at that. I mean, he's got a massive bank. It's really not a whole lot of headway that AlexKidd is making into this army. It looks like he's moved his natural planetary over to the third here, but it's just going to get taken out immediately. Which I think, I'm not even entirely sure I can do vision of that. Yep, and there goes that base as well. So AlexKidd down to just three CCs here. These tanks there are not sieged up. Alright, well. The base check for TaggedOnce here. He's still got plenty of minerals in his outer bases. Especially this one, which he was not able to take all game, since it got destroyed a couple times. But yeah, I mean, if you just look at the income there, it's quite depressing for the Terran player, unfortunately. I don't think this is really a finishing army here for TaggedOnce, though. Especially if AlexKidd just decides to stay kind of turtled here. He's going to be going for that. Catches a lot of tanks on siege, though, with the Roach Ravager and some wings coming in. He's going to be able to destroy all of those. Does take some big shots from the back here. However, that's supply, really, that Alex cannot afford to be losing. There are 4 Vipers out now here, and I think the Vipers are what's going to make this into a closing out army here. Actually yoinking the tanks into the Ravagers, but not really having enough DPS to actually kill them outright. So he's kind of just eating a lot of shots from the tanks. Although eventually still cleaning them up, but you know, like I said, it doesn't matter because the bank and the larva here is just too insane for TaggedOnce. I think eventually we're going to see AlexKidd GG out of this. He's trying to add some Liberators now, but he's still only got 2 of them, and the Libs aren't that good against the Vipers either. It's still getting pushed back. But as the game goes on, I mean, it's just more and more trading evenly. A lot more gas loss for TaggedOnce, but it doesn't really matter with 5k in the bank. And more tanks going down. They keep getting sieged up very close to each other, and just if AlexKidd could have tried to spread them out a little bit more against these Ravager vials. And GG is called in a 22-minute game. And that does, this time, actually put TaggedOnce on. Match point goes up 3-1. Okay, just gonna take a short little break here after that game for the players. Then we'll see what map AlexKidd picks. Okay, while we got a little bit of downtime here, another reminder to use the Matrino coupon code, please, if you haven't already. It's a big help and adds totally free money to the prize pool of this tournament. Take a look at our beautiful intro screen for a little bit there. Okay. Next map is going to be Beckett Industries. Now, thanks for the follow, everybody, by the way. I think maybe a couple follows I missed. Full Knox for the follow. Iron64 Strikes, thank you. Morris Moss. Thanks for the follows, everyone. Not sure if I've called you guys out before, but thank you. Okay, best of 7. Scores 3-1, and here we are on Beckett Industries. Looking to close it out and win the entire thing. Proving Grounds #1. It's the pink Zerg player for Platinum Heroes, TaggedOnce. Oh, there we go. That was a little bit better, right? And for Easy Dunk, looking to keep the hope alive. Pulling out Mech in the last couple of games and doing quite well with it, although not quite able to overcome that huge economy in the previous game. It's the yellow Terran player, AlexKidd. I have to hold a lot of keys down to do that. Alright. Now we go from Gigantha, the longest map in the pool, to Beckett, which is the shortest map in the pool. While a lot of Zerg apologists will say that this is the best Terran map, anytime I have played TVZ on this map, I have always been Bane busted or Roach all-in by the Zerg player. Now, while you may say that that is just a byproduct of NA ladder, it has happened too often on this specific map for me to believe that it's a coincidence. Fosta TVX, thanks for the follow, man. And I do believe that a lot of Zergs prefer to do some type of rush on this map just because the distance is so short. Now both players so far in this series have been very diligent with their scouting. AlexKidd always sending the Reaper around the main, not trying to harass too hard with it, making sure it stays alive. And TaggedOnce often going for the Ling speed into Overlord speed upgrades. Just looking quite similar to this game so far as to what he might be doing. Yeah, I guess the third base pretty much on time. So it does look like does look like tagged. He's gonna be going for a macro thing. He can still throw down a Roach Warren in a few seconds, or a Baneling Nest. But yeah, he starts up Overlord speed, so I think he's just gonna be playing a very safe macro game once again. We'll see if Josh, the one and only Chad Marine, has something up his sleeve for this map for AlexKidd here. Josh is the person coaching Alex from the Easy Dunk side. I do want to shout out the coach of TaggedOnce, who appears to be doing a very good job, but I still don't know who it is. Not entirely sure if he's actually even mentioned who his coach is. I'm assuming he's getting coached. So that is the big advantage you can have in this tournament. Alright, looks like he's going for Cloaked Banshees. Now look at the Overlord scouting by TaggedOnce. In all of these games, it's just been absolutely very safe, very thorough. Dr. Hashimoto cheering 10 bits. Thank you, man. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Dr. Hashimoto is also another Terran streamer, I believe, if I remember that correctly. You can check him out as well. It's in the chat. Much love. Okay, getting 1-1 actually. I think it's slightly different from tagged here, but perhaps not. Okay, Hellion Reaper here. Actually 3 queens, another one coming up from below there. Just gonna take a lot of shots on these Hellions. It's pretty decent Ling movement here by TaggedOnce as well, trying to get the surround. It's not going to be able to get it, and will retreat as he was moving off creep there. Let's see if Tag takes a super early fourth this time again. I don't know how early it is, but he's been throwing it around, throwing them down right around now. At about the 5.5 minute mark, and yeah, he does. Look at that. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And I think in this series, Tagged has been having great success. That's not a wall either, is it? Yeah, that's not a wall. The Marine went through it. It's a wall for the Hellions, but it's not a wall for the single tile units like Marines or Reapers. But yeah, as I was saying, Tagged has been having a lot of success in this match, going for the very high drone count, kind of greedy style here. AlexKidd just appears he does not really have the speed or the tool set to be able to punish that kind of style. However, he has been, in the games he's played mech, he's been doing quite well, winning one of the first games on mech, on Blackburn, and then playing quite even for a lot. Ooh, hello, hello. What is this I see? That, my friends, is an upgrade called Hyperflight Rotors. And what this means is we're going to have Speed Banshees this game. Very cool. We just got 2 of them out here right now. Alright, nice cash here by the Hellions. One disadvantage of this map for AlexKidd is that TaggedOnce's very good creep spread is going to be even more obtrusive on this map because of how short it is. Look, he's already almost... it's about 2/3 of the way across the map already with the creep, and it's pretty even across the map as well. Okay, well, tagged already up to 82 drones before the 8-minute mark. Macroing like a champ. I do think, especially having a coach with you, for Zerg, I want to say, tends to be quite strong just because having someone to remind you to spread creep and do injects sounds like it would be very, very powerful indeed. For Terran, people can tell you to make SCVs and Mule and whatnot, but it's not quite the same in terms of impact, I want to say. Look at that, already taking the base, which I believe is on AlexKidd's side of the map. And it looks like Tagged is getting Swarm Hosts out quite a bit earlier this game, I think. He might actually lose this hatchery. I don't think he's going to cancel it. Okay, the Swarm Hosts come up. I don't know, he got some veins. So he's not going to lose the hatchery, but does not trade particularly efficiently there. Oh, and those Hellbats, if they just moved over a little bit, could have found some juicy drones on that side. AlexKidd getting a little bit overzealous with the Hellions there now. And a couple of them are still alive. I think he's just hold position them in the mineral line. Actually kind of a cool strategy there. Of course the drones can't go back to mine until that gets cleaned up. And Hellbats can be pretty tanky against queens. Oh, big Swarm Host attack there. Started spreading creep under the 3rd base when it was forced to lift. Well, there's 4 Banshees here, and the speed is done. He can go after all these Swarm Hosts if he's paying a little bit more attention. Tag doesn't really have a whole lot of anti-air other than queens. In fact, just one queen coming over here, that can just get focused down, dies really quickly. Another queen moving over here, he doesn't have any detection. And these Swarm Hosts are just dying in droves, a lot of them are already red. He can even, okay, there's 2 Spore Crawlers there now, you might want to be a little bit careful, pull back. But a huge Link Flood coming into the natural, once again the wall not really getting raised in time. Actually, no anti-air here for AlexKidd either, which means that this 3rd base has not been able to mine for ages because of this Overlord spreading creep here. I don't want to say it, but I think Alex is in a tough spot here. Needs to be careful, tanks don't friendly fire. Okay, pulled the Hellions out there just in time. Did lose 1 tank for that. There's a Banshee still here. Swarm Hosts, I don't think he's making any more either. He's going into mutas now. So this is the first time we're going to be seeing mutas out of TaggedOnce. He's already got a huge flock of them over here. And the anti-air really isn't here for AlexKidd actually. He doesn't have any Thors out, I think. He's got 1 Viking and nothing shoots up. He doesn't have any turrets. He's got... I mean, he can try and run away, but the mutas are a lot faster than this army. I don't want to say this, but I think it might be GG. A lot of workers going down, 100 workers to 40 for AlexKidd here. And the mutas are on top of production now. There's 2 Thors in production, but I mean, honestly, you can just target fire them down when you have this many mutas as well. There's really no economy left here for AlexKidd. TaggedOnce is maxed out once again. Alex does take out this base here, trying to do a nice little counter push. Yeah, I mean, he's going to lose every single one of his workers. It does look like TaggedOnce gave up camping the production. Which, I mean, I guess in this situation it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but really if he just stayed there, I think the game would have been over even faster. And look, the Thors are doing a whole bunch of splash damage, but Tag doesn't even really care. He's just got too many mutas. And GG. That's all she wrote. So, TaggedOnce takes the final 4-1 in 4 games, since he did start up 1-0. Alright there, so that's going to be the final score there, 4-1 for TaggedOnce. Good job for him. Good job for Platinum Heroes. And AlexKidd unfortunately is not able to break his drought of managing to win one of these tournaments. Alright, so thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to try and find a channel to raid since we do have something like 23 people here. I'm going to remind you one last time to use the Matcherino. Oh, hold on, actually I can't raid someone quite yet. Since we gotta finish up the prediction. TaggedOnce did end up winning that. Okay, try and find a channel to raid. Shit, this is gonna be hard. Okay, bear with me a little bit here. Don't have one ready to go. The only person I'm following who's streaming right now is Vibe, and I don't want to raid Vibe. Oh jeez. Why is this? I will raid Dave Testa from Legion. I think he's part of the community that runs this. Okay, there we go. That's gonna do it for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the love and support, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.